So I finally got around to beating The Walking Dead Season 2, the Telltale games, and man, what a great season this was. I know people like the first one better because of the relationship with Lee and Clementine, and I completely understand it, but I think Season 2 is better. I don't think it's much better, but I enjoyed it more personally, and I'll get to why in a second. But season one was really good. I did feel the connection between Lee and Clementine, but at the same time, I think there could have been more to the relationship emotion wise. I did feel it, but I didn't feel it like everyone else did. And at the same time, I knew Lee was going to die at the end, so I had that ruined for me. But overall, I did like it. It was enjoyable. My only complaint about the first season is the length and the runtime. Well, same fucking thing. Some of the episodes are just too long. Like, they go on for 2 hours, and there's parts that really drag a lot. And I was constantly debating on whether to finish it or not because it just felt too padded out, and I felt like they could have cut the episodes down. Like, some of them were literally 2 hours. The last one's over 2 hours. Season two, every single episode you play, even though there's only five of them, they're all an hour and a half, and you get enough from the characters and action, and everything is so tight. And there isn't an episode in season two where I felt that it dragged and I needed stuff to be cut out to make it better. It just all flowed perfectly. It was so great. Another reason why I like season two better is I feel the relationship more with Clementine and Kenny than I did with her and Lee. Well, it is a kind of unfair comparison because we have two seasons of Kenny. You only get one season with Lee, but I kind of like Kenny's character more, and I think their dynamic is a bit more interesting. I really like the voice actor for Kenny. In season two, all the voice acting is terrific. It's brilliant. I love it. The dialogue's great. All of the characters I like. There's some really good twists and turns I'm not going to really get into. It would just make the video too long. Um, Season one, there was a couple characters I did not give a fuck about if we left them behind. But season two felt like I was making some really hard choices on who to trust, who not to trust, who to leave behind, who to not leave behind. And this ending is like fucking perfect, man. Season one, when you kill Lee, you don't have a choice to kill him or to save him. So there's not really that, oh my god, like, I need to kill him, or do I let him live? But he got bitten, so he would have turned to a zombie anyway. Maybe that's why they didn't give you that decision. But they just make you kill him right away. There's no heartbreak decision that you have to make other than killing him. It would have been nice if you had another decision, and then killing him would have made it more impactful. I'm gonna spoil the ending of season two, so if you haven't played it, I wouldn't recommend watching this unless you don't care. Then whatever. But the way the season two ends, you get two endings. So one, you end up leaving with Kenny, and number two, you leave without Kenny. And what happens at the end of the episode is you get to where you want to go in Wellington, and you finally feel like you're safe. There's a bunch of walls everywhere. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of food. And the camp leader tells you only the kids can go in because you have a baby with you. So the baby and Clementine can go in, which means Kenny's on his own. Or you can decide to stay back with him. I left him because I thought that was the better ending. I didn't see the other ending until I looked it up, but I was like, I'm happy I chose the ending I did. It made it a lot more emotional. And neither of them die. And both of them just have to deal with leaving each other and separating ways after so long. And I think it just was more emotional to me. Yes, her killing Lee was emotional, but this time it's even worse knowing you have someone out there that's still alive and you had to leave them. I don't know, that was just more emotional for me. All in all, great season, 10 out of 10. I don't really have any complaints. None of the episodes bored me. Everything that happens in the story is for a reason. There's no bullshit filler, which I do think season one had a lot of filler. And I mean, you can like season one more than me. That's your opinion. That's the great thing about media and video games and movies. We all have different opinions, and that's what this channel is all about. Thank you, everyone, for 118 subscribers. The other day I was at 103, and then it fucking skyrocketed to 117. Now I'm at 118. Really, really appreciate it, guys. I know not all of you are going to click on this video, but for those who do, thank you so much. It really means the world to me. It only goes up from here. Ain't no going down, I hope. That would fucking suck. But if you haven't played the Telletale Walking Dead series, I highly recommend you do. Very emotional, amazing character work. I got the definitive edition, so I have the DLC to play after this, and then the season 3, and then there's another one, and then that would be it. But I'll still be playing the series for another while. I'm very interested in seeing how Clementine's story ends. I didn't really like her in the first season, but I gotta admit, the second season I cared about her more. I thought the dialogue they gave her in the first season, she was just so whiny. She felt like a brat. This time, she just feels a lot more human and not so much like a robot. Sometimes the voice actor could do a bit better. Sometimes her lines do come across like stale. And at first, I was like, really, I gotta play this as a little girl? But after a while, she really grows on you, man. You go through a lot of shit together. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I'll check you probably tomorrow for another review. If you got any recommendations, let me know.